Good morning, everybody. It's been a little while since I came on and did some coding, and I've had a huge update to push. I'm not going to do that this morning. I actually just deleted most of it because it was filled with lots of things, and I want to do a smaller update. Let me just get this stream out real quick to some folks. Um, Quick live dev for Ultimate Attack. Dun, dun, dun. All right, yeah. So it's been a while since I come on. The stream was running for like a week straight, which is pretty crazy. And yeah, so we've had we're coming up on 1,000 battles now, which is pretty wild. Um, and we have people playing like all day, every day. But they haven't had a game update in well at least a week because that's how long the game's been running live on the stream. Just getting my coffee squared away here. There we go. And I had a few different things. I was working on the TikTok Live connector, which is super problematic. So I just am tearing it down. I'm going to reapproach it from a different perspective. TikTok is super aggressive in how they close down their API sockets and need authentication and stuff like that, probably to keep out bots and stuff. But so there were two major things I had done. One was that. Another was trying to fix some of the bugs with the Pump Fun accounts. So though it like kind of works, and we've been playing it kind of okay for a couple months now. Um, you can't use the balance command. You can't use the store commands to buy stuff on Pump Fun, and that was due to that was the first kind of account integration I did, and it had a little error with the way it was bringing in your user information. So I had this big update that it fixed a lot of that stuff. Moving towards letting other streamers being able to play. Um, to play the game and launch the game because that's when we'll increase our user base, all that kind of stuff. Right now, it's just me running on my streams. I'm not a well-known streamer, and we want to ask some well-known streamers, um, hey, good morning, brother. How are you today? We want to be able to get other streamers to play the game and with their community. So I know that some changes have to come from the technical side, server side, and make it very easy for people to stream, put her in their own prize pools, put her on their tokens and stuff like that. So I had an update there, but it was filled with lots of different issues, and I always connect to the Pump Fun chat. People are playing all the time, so I was getting commands in from there, and it got to be pretty messy and had a lot of stuff in it that I didn't really like. Um, Also, part of that update was the ultimate attack, so I created a nice design plan for it, and I had to tear that down as well in order to kind of get a clean base. I haven't been able to push an update in over a week because there's so much to this one, so many moving parts, and I haven't been able to test it well. So I just got rid of all those changes. I cleared out all all my changes, and I'm gonna just take the next 30 minutes, I hope, and square away the ultimate attack. I had it done already, and so I'm going to basically tell it to re-implement what we had, um, and see how it works. So first thing I need to do, I just finished tearing everything down. This was a hard decision to make anyway, because I had 30 changed files over here on this list of changes. So, but because it had put me in a bad spot where I couldn't release any little smaller updates, it made it very hard to work on, not maintainable. So I need to do smaller updates. There have been some bugs like the fog run death, which is super frustrating, I know, and lots of small balance changes that we could push out without needing massive updates. So anyway, we'll get started. And like I said, I'm going to try and crank this out with the next half hour and try and push it live. Um, there were so many other fixes too, just to quickly go down the list, making sure it brought in the new PFPs when you change them on X or in the website, running your proper inventory, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm just gonna work with AI. I had this plan open from before, of what it did to kind of do everything. I undid all these changes to clear out some other issues. Can you please reapply? Please check. Please reapply the ultimate system. So the ultimate system is our first attempt at making like an ultimate ability. So basically, you have a power up bar that charges up when you get hit. And you can type in an ultimate command. So it will release one of 3 different ultimates. There's like a healing ultimate. I'm going to remove that one probably, unless it's a group thing. And 2 different damage ultimates. One is direct damage, and the other one's like area damage. So yeah. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to use the good. I'm going to use the good code, which should be codex. Hopefully that's just squared away. So I'm going to just run this. So listen, all the work that you did, let's restart it. Before it does that, I'm going to run and see if this still is working okay. All right, it is. Well, for now, are there any errors? Go here and go here. Okay, that's good to go. All right. Yeah, it's looking. Did I save the plan file? Oh, good. Ooh, I don't know the first to do. Let's see if I saved any of it. No, I didn't. I wouldn't have saved it. Know what it was. Let's see if it's in the history here. Okay. Let's do this. So plan, let's see if we can view the plan. You know the ID or the first to do so I can update it properly. Okay, well, let's see. Build. I don't have the first to do, but the plan is at the top. I'll start like this. Is this plan still valid and buildable? It's a funny question to ask. I've never actually had to do this where I undid everything and then said, "Hey, this is our original plan." I have some changes. 1, please make the ultimate charge up on damage taken as well as damage received. I might modify that. 2, please remove the healing ult. 3, please make the ult emit about stronger. Please use the self attribute to to affect the strength. Actually, we don't do that one. So we've got some changes here. I had originally done a healing ult. That's not that fun to use when I was testing it out at all. Yes. 1A. I love how Cursor keeps doing these small little updates. Oops. Question skipped. I meant, oh, where do I get to that? Please remove. Let's try this again. One of the cool things about using a repo, which is an online code base, I push changes to, is that I can delete everything. Okay, it didn't ask me the questions again. View plan. Okay. Let's see if it comes back to me with the questions. I don't like that it's asking me these questions. Oh, here we go. Okay, so 1A. Okay, that's already scaled by self. That's good. When removing, do you want me to replace it with another offense of 2A? So right now it's going to pick between those two different ones. Okay, that's it. Now normally I would click build, rating plan. That's good. So if it stops over here, and I'm using cursor, if you can see my cursor, create plan tool errored out. That's not good. See, this is, it thinks the plan was built, but it needs to get done from scratch. Because I got rid of all the changes, so hopefully it figures that out. Okay. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Because there is no ultimate system, according to this. You will need to recreate the ultimate system. Never been in this situation with AI before, so hopefully it catches on. Hey, what's up, McJiggles? Yanron Wolf is that exactly what it sounds like. It's a cool way to it's like a good underdog ability too. Because obviously right now we have a level imbalance. We have some players who are almost level 40 and people who are just starting out. If you go up against a level 40 as a level 7, it's just absolute devastation. And that's not much fun. And this worked pretty well. It used a nice power bar. It worked great. I could adjust the pacing of that. And it really helped out. So it gave you a little bit of kind of like last ditch Hail Mary kind of attack you could do. And I'm moving a lot more of my logic into to socket commands versus web API calls. And that's just the difference between speed, really. Because if I have an open socket with a game in the server, I can communicate it back and forth quickly. I can push changes down. Okay, that's a much better to-do list. Beautiful. Excellent. Now I am going to make it so this is just the initial test of it to see how it works. I am going to make it so you will collect these ultimate abilities for your character and be able to use them. So there will be some that are, different rarities. Let me know when you start coding. Ready? Go for it. Now we had designed this pretty well before, and it kind of one-shotted it. It worked out really well. And the objective of these next few changes I'm going to make over the next few days are to stabilize the gameplay, which it's been pretty stable. We still have the run bug where people will die in the fog, which is, isn't the best. I need to revise how loot is being dropped because right now not much is left on the battlefield. And it's important for loot to be left on the battlefield. I did have something that I wanted to. I already designed it and put it into another little game where if somebody makes a trade while you're playing, then loot comes out on the battlefield. But yeah, I want you to be able to kind of pick up these things. It really will make a big difference. I've tested as a lower level player against a higher level player, and it does make a big difference. They have to scramble and use up a lot of potions if they're there playing with you. Obviously, a good player is going to have the advantage. There are some very good players who are really good at the strategy of the game already. But yeah, stabilizing the gameplay. So running into the fog and dying when you're low on health, that's been awful. It's funny to watch it, but it's been awful. So we're going to be doing something about that pretty quickly. I saw KT, for example, the Kilted Warrior run off into the fog, and he wasn't really low on health. That's supposed to be a low health thing where your guy's like, all right, I'm there, I'm not here, and there's nobody controlling me, so I'm under 30% health, so I'm gonna run off into the distance and try and get some health. But if there's no health left on the maps, sometimes they'll just run up into the upper left hand corner into the fog and bleed out. And it's wild because you can see the damage coming off the hero, and if you have a lot of health, it takes a little while, and the other person just stands in the middle of the battlefield and just wins. So in order for this to kind of work, it's got to create some changes on the game client, which is pretty easy to do, and also add a couple of commands in. So when you type in ultimate or alt, then it'll pick one of the two alts and do it. I want to add a little bit more control to that, so that you can choose whether your ultimate is going to be like an area of effect or direct damage, and that'll probably be a slider, a strategy slider, which look like this. If you haven't seen them, I'll show you quickly. These are the strategy sliders. Here's my guy here. I've got a little unspent XP. But here are the strategy sliders. So we'll probably add a new one for ultimate attacks, area of effect, or direct damage. I'll put it into this little spot over here. And actually, I should go spend some of my XP right now. I get pretty good health. I'm still low in quickness, so let's go ahead and just increase quickness a bit. And quick focus because that, and then focus helps with attacks and lots of other things, and self is going to help with the ultimate charge ups. Yeah, haha, you can't join KT. I had a little bit of time, so I was going to re-implement the ultimate. I was telling you yesterday, KT, that I was going to blow away the changes, and I did. I got rid of all the changes I had waiting, just so I can get a couple of these other small changes out quicker. Stabilizing the gameplay is super important for us right now. This month, I've got another week or so left this month to finish some updates, because next month we're focusing a lot on player growth. So making sure the game is fun right now, playable. It ran for a week straight without crashing. There was one like data error or whatever, so I had to reset the game. Otherwise than that, it ran for like 7 days. I didn't realize that it been running that long. But I want to be able to push changes and do more atomic changes. So there's a whole list of stuff to do, so that we can focus on, like I said, on user growth in December, really focusing on getting other streamers to run. And we're adding some other things besides Soul Wars, so that people will start to know the company as a company, which is Soul Seed, as a company that makes experiences for streamers to use for their audiences. All right, so it's busy working. I'm using the GPT-5.1 Codex AI model to implement the changes. It's going through and creating the particles. They were kind of decent. I remember I wanted them to be. They're very conservative on how much particles there are. I like them to be very pronounced. This is a different kind of game. It's a game that gets played in a live stream, so sometimes the camera isn't directly watching you, and you want plenty of attention so you can see, oh, something crazy is happening over there. Oh, look at Ron Wolf's using an ultimate. So, but yeah, December is the month that I really plan on scaling, having the game be stable enough so I can approach some streamers, go talk to some other people like the Restream company. We use their API a lot. I think that they would like to know that we've made good use of it to do like a really cool chat game. And also, I want to be able to start tagging X and Elon Musk and be like, hey, there's a couple of things that you need to fix in the live stream chat. It's a little slow. It's way too. It's got too much spam filtering on it, so our commands don't work half the time. And I don't like that. Okay, so damage burst. Let's look and see what it's up to. Damage burst, ultimate, and area burst. That looks good. Just kind of like have a sneak peek at what it's doing. So the damage burst is going to find the nearest enemy, calculate the melee damage. I'm going to want this to be bigger. It needs to be a nice big hit. Ultimate particles, I know that I'm going to want to make a change here. Oh, it hasn't written the function yet. I have a meeting at 10, so I'm trying to get this squared away quickly. I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to push it because the build takes like 5 to 7 minutes. So I'll probably start the regular stream up again after this. Okay. Ultimate bar on the side, that's good. I had made that bigger too, so I'm going to have to probably make that change as well. I added this particle things. Let's see if that worked. 2, 3, 4. I don't see it. Here it is. Not run. Keep all. All right, let's check the particles. I know I wanted them to be bigger. Count. So let's just go ahead and make them bigger. Yeah, triple them. That's a lot. Okay, and I know I want them to be, I want the damage to be higher. I already know that, so let's fix that too. 6 to 10x damage. It needs to be a big one. Multiplier. Let's do a 10 to 10 to 20x damage. A big hit. That's the damage burst, and the area burst should be similar. Let's make the radius a little bit bigger on this. And that will be 5 to 10. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay, so I'll bring it on over here. And I'll open up my my dev console as well. I'll put it off to the side. There. Nope. A little bit more off to the side. Where are you? Here we are. Even more off to the side. All right, so I'll go over to the game. I have the permission to run the game, so I'll do that. And I'll hook it up to the, actually I'll hook it up to the regular Restream. That's connected, and I'll connect it to the Pump Fun chat as well. When I talk about making it easier for streamers to use, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. So we'll go ahead and launch that. Okay, so I will join from Twitch. That's me. And let's just do it. So I'm supposed to be able to build my ultimate charge if I get hit or when I take damage. So those are the two different things that are going on here. Okay, click through. Okay, so first thing we're looking for, we have ultimate charge bar. Here it is. That's perfect. And it's already starting to go. So I'm going to go ahead and do attack. Go. I'm attacking Poor Sky Alpha. I can see my ultimate bar is charging up pretty good. So I'm going to increase the charge of that by typing Rage. I can see there are a few other ultimates that are already being charged, which is good. Mine's almost full. That's probably too fast, but we can adjust that later. Now, when I type in, it should go orange or green, I'm guessing. Let's do a heal. Okay, my ultimate is ready. Let's see how it works. Ultimate. All right, I don't know who it hurt, but it didn't seem to hurt Sky Alpha that much. And the particles didn't stop. That's funny. So I'm going to heal again and hopefully do the ultimate attack. All right, let's focus on the, I think that was the area burst. Let's do the other one. This ultimate type equals damage burst. All right, so we're fixing that over to just do this one, execute damage burst ultimate. And I want to make sure the particles also stop. Please make sure the particles stop. I noticed there actually are no particles either. It was using a green box, which means not connected. So they're still connected here. That's good. I have about 10 more minutes. For the ultimate particles, let's see, what do I have right now? Public data, assets, particles. I just have these squares. Yeah, I just have these squares, not really the best. I'd like to probably use the sword, I guess. So we don't have a particle sprite for this yet. Please use the sword emoji as the ultimate particle. Oh, it already figured that out. Oh, because I said, please make sure the particles stop. I do have a particle manager. I'm not sure if it's using it right now. Let's see. Game spells. There was a spell particle here when I had a spell system in. Okay, perfect. All right, let's give this another shot. So once again, we'll connect it to Pump Fun, which is here. And there. Okay, and then you go there. I'm going to join up. There's me, and start the game. Click. All right, here I am down here. And we'll go ahead and get an attack going here so we can get our charge built up. Just eyeballing the charge up bar, I can see that it's not quite as tall as the health bar I'm going to want it to be. So yeah, basically once I hit this thing, I want it to. This is Jazzy Panda. I want it to. I want to see him go down in health a bit. So heal. I'm getting hit. My ultimate is just about ready. It looks like ultimate. Boom! That was a pretty good hit. So that actually worked pretty well. Now I'm gonna rage. And Biggie's coming over. Look at Biggity over here doing his loot. Okay, I'm gonna do an attack. I know that the ultimate charge is a little fast right now. That's something that will change. So let's see how much health Biggity has. He has 700 health. That's no joke. So let's see how much damage this thing actually does. Heal. All right, ultimate. Oh, is there a timer on it? No, it used it. But let's see what his health is now. It it doesn't have his current health listed, updated. KT, yeah, it doesn't. Oh, he's at 160, 150. Let's do a quick little runaway here. KT chases me down. Go loot, KT. Okay, he's gonna be tough. I already know. Look how fast he is too. It's funny. He's not even playing live, but he's still a formidable opponent. Okay, so KT's guy is good. He also has 734 health. I'm not sure if that's right, but I have ultimate already, so let's give it a shot. I used up my ultimate, but it looks like it only did like 100 damage on him, which is pretty crazy. So we're going to want to mess around with the damage on that a little bit, but it does work. So now we have something we can tweak, right? I also wonder if I'm raging, does it give me an even more of an ultimate? Heal, heal, heal. Uh-oh. Come on, heal. Ultimate. Ultimate. Okay, that did 114 damage. All right, so it looks like it runs pretty decently. I'm gonna want to modify the damage a little bit so it does significantly more. An ultimate should take somebody out if they have less than less than 500 health or whatever. It should take somebody down to half health or more if they have a lot. Okay, so kind of a good little coding session to get that bit in. I'll be able to finish that a little bit later today and adjust the fog run bug. Oh, looks like KT is here, but can't see him anymore. Oh, it must be the fog. Yeah, and adjust this fog thing because I know that's aggravating. Oh, KT's just hidden. Yeah, I'll get the fog and the ultimate going today so people can be testing that out tonight. All right, guys, thanks for joining the live stream, and I'll be back later today.